What is going on, guys? My name is Forge here on this channel, Mr. Supply Drops. Today, I wanted to talk about Rainbow Six Siege 2 and the possibility that we could be seeing that in the future, because there's a couple reasons why I think this may happen, why I think this may be happening actually right now. They are working on it right now. And I do have to say, even though I'm not a huge fan of the idea of sequel games when it comes to this stuff anymore, after seeing games like Overwatch 2, Counter-Strike 2, where it's just not really good. They just remove features rather than add new features, and they change things that shouldn't be changed. That's just my experience on the matter. And it's not like playing an old Call of Duty game where you can always just go back and play the old one. You can't do that with these types of sequel live service games. They replace the previous one. So I'm very cautious when it comes to the idea of a Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege 2, alright? But at the same time, I would be all for it if they did it right, because I'm gonna be real, this game is in desperate need of at least an engine upgrade. Maybe not a whole sequel where they do basically what Overwatch 2 did, where they make a bunch of new maps or new operators and then they just drop it all at once as this big content update, and then they call it Siege 2 or whatever, and then an engine upgrade on top of that. That's what I would imagine a Siege 2 would be, honestly. It would be the exact same game, just with a massive content drop all at once, with all brand new maps, all brand new weapons, all brand new operators, things like that, on top of the ones we already have, with a brand new engine. That's the big thing right there, with the brand new engine. That's a lot of updating. I'm not sure that would actually happen. I don't know if they would actually do that. I don't know if they think that they need to do that. When it comes to the cheater problem, they definitely need to do that, because this game is so easily exploited by cheaters nowadays because of how old the code is. I mean, not only that, apparently the anti-cheat is old as all hell as well. They just need to use at least use a newer version of Battleye, Ubisoft, goddamn. But considering when you go to the Battleye website, they haven't actually updated anything since 2017. I'm actually not so sure there is an updated version of Battleye. Where are these people? Like, are they updating? Like, is it just their website that's not updated, or do they just not work anymore? They just don't do anything anymore. They made an anti-cheat back in the day and now they're gone. Is that what's going on? Because that's what it feels like in Siege, honestly. This is how it feels. It feels like they haven't updated anything in years, and cheaters they got to a point where it doesn't even matter anymore. So in the future, if they were to ever do this, can we get like easy anti-cheat or something a little bit better, or just like I don't know, maybe there's an updated version of Battleye that I'm not aware of. Okay, I don't know, but they haven't updated their website since 2017, and that doesn't give me very much confidence, to be completely honest. Right now they're using an old version from like 2015. Well, I don't know if it's from 2015, but it's an older version from what I've heard. I don't know if that's accurate, I don't know, but just from what I've heard, that's how it is, and I think that's just really stupid. If that's the case, at least update Battleye, for God's sakes. But either way, the game is still old. It still needs an engine upgrade. But why do I think they may actually be doing this? Well, it's pretty simple. There's no content at all this season. Not just this season, but this entire year, pretty much, okay? Recruit remasters do not count. There was no new map whatsoever. Deimos, yeah, okay, that's content right there, sure. But even then, he had a new revolver, and that's really it. I mean, look back at previous updates, previous seasons, previous years. We had 2 new operators every single season for a very long time. I know they stopped doing that in the last 3 years or so, but still, like, let's just look back at what they used to be able to do. Multiple operators per season, 1 on attack, 1 on defense, a brand new map, or at the very least, a brand new rework. Then, just over time, we just slowly started losing that. We got now only 1 new oh, hold on, I almost forgot. Brand new weapons for all of them. Qaeda Nomad, for example. They got multiple primary weapons that are brand new. They got brand new secondary weapons, and they got their own map. What happened to this kind of content? Now, I'm not saying they would still keep doing this. The game is 9 years old, so maybe that's just how it plays out. But at the same time, I'd imagine there'd be something in the cards when it comes to at least new maps or some kind of new weapon. I mean, I guess they have done some kind of new weapon. It's a secondary, so it's like, who really cares that much? It's a primary that we really want when it comes to new weapons. But I know that they did have the Deimos pistol, basically the revolver. That is, that's pretty cool and all, but it's not a primary weapon. Well, I guess it is if you use Deimos, because you have to use his secondary when you use his ability. But still, I'm not really playing Deimos all that much. He's the only one that we got. Recruits didn't get a new weapon. I think that would have been a great way to actually make the recruits feel like an actual brand new operator if you just gave them a brand new gun or something. Like, I don't know. It'd be real difficult to make new guns or something. I don't know. They just don't like doing it anymore. I don't understand why. But point is, we're not getting any new content with this. There's no new map whatsoever. Not even a new rework, which is crazy because I feel like there's a lot of maps that they could, in fact, rework. Things like Tower, for an example. I don't know if maybe that's just not a priority because people probably won't even play the Tower rework anyways. Maybe that's why. They just think, well, after they reworked Favela and made it into a map that's actually not that bad. I mean, I just don't like playing on it either, so I understand why the community wouldn't want to play on it. I don't like playing on it either. So maybe they see that and they think that any other map would just be the exact same scenario. But I disagree. I think that if they actually turned like Tower or something, some sort of map, I don't know about Tower specifically, I don't know, they could even rework Hereford Base again and actually make it into a good map instead of what it is now. I mean, that map is fun in standard or something, or quick match, but oh my god, I cannot imagine playing it in ranked. There's just way too many random rooms and hatches just where, oh man, it's crazy that is considered a rework. But my point is, with all of this, we've gotten no content this year at all. We get 2 new operators. I don't count recruits. Like, they're the same thing, just with Rainbow Six mobile skin slapped on them. And then, you know, the Blackbeard rework, I mean, it's still probably going to be lackluster like Recruit remasters. Like, let's be real. I don't think it's going to be something massive. Like, I don't think it's going to be some massive update. It might be, maybe, but even then, is it going to change his weapons? Probably not. It's not going to change that. Or, well, I guess it could, but I don't think so. I don't think it's really going to change all that much. So, this whole year basically just feels like they're doing barely anything. Again, the main issue for me is there's no map at all. Like, not even a rework. That's crazy to me. I have a big problem with that because even when maps are bad, I like playing on them. I like learning new maps. I think it's fun. I think it allows for more experiences, new ways to play the game, pretty much. So when you don't put new maps in the game, it's kind of crazy, especially because we had 3 years of no new maps, and now we're having another year of no new maps at all. Not even a rework, though, this time. How many times do I have to say that? I don't know. I have to really hammer that in because that's just crazy to me. So this has to be for some reason, right? This couldn't just be because they don't have the funding anymore or they don't want to work on the game anymore. That couldn't be the issue, especially when the game has hit its all-time peak recently, at least on Steam. It hit its all-time peak, and it beat out its peak player count from 2018, hitting 200K earlier this year. Now, yeah, that has dropped, and it's probably because, well, I mean, games like that just drop naturally anyways, but either way, it has an interest, clearly. People want to play it. Maybe it's just because the content isn't there anymore. It's just not as interesting as it could be if they were still pumping content into this game. And I know that's probably not sustainable to do what they were doing before with 2 new operators every single season, 2 brand new weapons, a brand new map. Maybe that's not sustainable overall, but still, I think they could probably do something that, like, half of that. They're not even doing that. Like, what next? Next year, they're not even going to have the Recruit remaster, like, level of stuff. It's going to be literally nothing, just a brand new battle pass for a season. Like, that would just be depressing. It's already depressing, man, if we're being completely real. This whole thing is just upsetting to see. As someone who loves this game, the Year 9 roadmap was depressing. But anyways, the whole point with all of this, though, is maybe, just maybe, this is all for a reason, and it's because, just like with Overwatch, this happened with Overwatch. They stopped content for a very long time, like 3 years of just barely any content. And then out of the blue, they got an announcement for Overwatch 2. Well, maybe Rainbow Six Siege 2 is being worked on and we don't even know it. Or maybe it's just being moved to a new engine. It won't be as big as a whole sequel, but maybe it is still something going on with a engine upgrade, with a sequel to the game, some massive idea to move this game into the future. Because they've already announced that this game will be worked on, or at least they plan on working on it for the next 10 years at least. They announced that, I believe, the Year 8 panel reveal for the game, they announced that they are looking forward to the future of the next 10 years of Siege. But that doesn't necessarily mean Rainbow Six Siege, the current game that we're on with the current engine and everything, they could be planning an upgrade. Who knows? I don't know. Right now, though, I will say the game definitely needs some sort of upgrade, but you definitely have to be very careful if you did do that, because if it makes the game worse, well, That's not something I want to see, and I'm sure a lot of people don't want to see that. The main reason to upgrade the engine right now is not for pretty visuals or anything, because they're not going to do that. I mean, they've already removed all the shadows and stuff from the game pretty much so that it's more competitively viable to be able to see everything. So clearly that's not an option at all to have that in the game, which is the whole main reason you would upgrade the engine, is to get better graphics and stuff like that. But if that's not really what they're looking for, well, the only thing I could think of, which is a very important reason, is it would probably make it so that it's harder to make cheats for cheaters. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. But I don't know. There's not much else to say about this at this point. I would like to see this if it means that the game still feels like Rainbow Six Siege exactly as it is currently, but it's an upgraded engine so that there's actually some good stuff going on. There's some actual fixes in the works when it comes to making it harder for cheaters to cheat, which is, like I said, this is my biggest reason I want to see this. If they were to do it, I'd want to see it because of that. But anyways, what do you guys think about this? Would you like to see a Rainbow Six Siege 2, or would you like to see an engine upgrade? However you want to see it. Do you think that they're doing it? Maybe they're just sitting around doing absolutely nothing, or maybe they just have not enough cooks in the kitchen, basically, and they're just very behind schedule when it comes to content. Who knows? Who knows? That would be the worst case scenario, honestly. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new here and you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.